the middle of the street? Because I own the West Coast.
It's close, right?
What do you mean cross, yeah? In the middle of the street I walk. Who's gonna stop me? Anyone gonna stop me?
From Flow Rider.
Right, Conor! Park on my baby out, right in your out. That should be out on the road. Fast. It's powerful. This life is a good life.
Oh my gosh, you're in
What's up, bud? How are you?
the best press conference ever.
Oh man. Now we're down here. Just wasting time. What else are you gonna do? Train, eat, shop. I come down here and blow a load of money on my beautiful woman and myself. And it motivates me to push and keep going. Not many people from where I come from experience this. So I'm just happy and grateful and motivated. I'm gonna go eat and then I'm gonna go walk. And that's it.
This is Essie Featured. This is the power of sports.
There's no talent here. This is hard work. This is an obsession. Talent does not exist. We are all equals as human beings. You could be anyone. If you put in the time, you will reach the top, and that's that. So I am not talented, I am obsessed.
Give it up for the notorious Conor McGregor!
There's two things I really like to do, and that's whoop ass and look good, and I'm doing one of them right now, and Saturday night, I'm gonna do the other.
I'm gonna wipe out everyone in this division, I said that, and I will do it.
He's a little short-ass twerp, and I look forward to punching a hole in his face.
I'm gonna hand him my spit bucket, tell him to go back and spit shine that belt, and bring it back here as if ready for me to take it. I'm sitting up here with my feet on the desk. What's anyone up there gonna do about it? Not one of you are gonna do anything about it.
Conor was born in Dublin City in one of the national maternity hospitals here, 12th of July 1988. Midwife turned to my wife and said, this guy is going to be a boxer, because he came out of the womb with his fists clenched. So he was destined to be a fighter, I think.
I had many fights growing up, as most young boys do from where I'm from and around this area. Get into fights. I won some and I lost some.
When he went boxing, I remember he turned to us and says, "Why didn't you put me in boxing earlier?" He knew that was for him.
Conor first stepped into my gym when he was about 16. Conor did stand out early on in that he could hit hard, and he also had a, let's call it a gregarious personality.
I was thrown into a plumbing trade. Give a about plumbing, didn't know anything about plumbing. I just went on that site because culture told me that that's what I have to do. I'd done it for a while, and then I realized this is not what I want to do. If this is not what I want to do, then what the f am I doing it for? And I walked out, 18 months in maybe.
There was a concern there for us, for his mother and father. We didn't know what he was going to do, to be honest with you.
Early on, obviously didn't know what it was. I couldn't look to my mother and say, hey, this Irish man done it. I'm gonna follow in his footsteps, because there was no footsteps. I had to create my own footsteps and follow them. They were a little unsure at first, but they supported me, and they knew I would do it. If I said I'd do it, I'd do it, so.
I was actually in Ireland, and people kept coming up to me and talking about Conor McGregor. Have you ever seen Conor McGregor fight? Have you ever heard of Conor McGregor? Well, I came back to Vegas and talked to the matchmakers, and they had heard of him. So I flew him out from Ireland. He and I went out to dinner. He told me he's on what's called the dole, which is basically unemployment over there. When I left that dinner, I said, I don't know if this kid can fight, but if he can even fight a little bit, he's going to be a huge star. There's only 9,000 people that can get into that arena in Dublin, and it sounds like there's 90,000.
It was a phenomenal night for the sport in our country, and it sent it into the stratosphere over here.
We're not here just to take part, we're here to take over.
He wasn't in the UFC to make up numbers. He wasn't there to be a token Irish guy. He was there to take over, and that's what happened over the last 12, 24 months. The numbers don't lie.
No pipe did hug, no battle drum did sound its red tattoo, but the Angelus bells or the Livy swells rang out in the foggy dew.
When Conor won the interim title and he beat Chad Mendes, I think it boosted the confidence of European fighters that they can compete at this level. You know, these guys will come up every once in a while that have that it factor, that thing that other people are attracted to. He speaks well, he's very funny, he's a home run.
I'm the real champion. At the King of Dublin, yeah? You're looking at him.
This next fight is done and dusted. It's over. It's been over since January of this year. Aldo is a busted flush at this moment, okay? He's finished. After the Dennis Siver fight in Boston, remember when Conor jumped the ring and he was in Aldo's face? That moment, the fight was on. Conor McGregor is gonna crack Jose Aldo's skull. I'm not happy to say that, but I think Jose Aldo would want to have a good craniologist on standby.
Look into my eyes, little man. Little Brazilian. Ooh, vamos here.
If he shows up, he will be agitated, he will be over-emotional. If I half faint, he will overreact. He will drain himself from this. He will panic. He will overload on the right hand. I will slip the right hand and bang the left hook. That will be the beginning of the end.
McGregor, how long is it going to take you to rip his head off?
It will be done in one.
I like the way ink feels on my body. This tiger doesn't mean nothing. This gorilla with the crown. Maybe they do subconsciously, I don't know, but I seem to get them at the same time. After the fight, or just maybe before the next fight. But there's something therapeutic for me just going in. I don't spend months picking it. I just see it, get it, and just enjoy the experience of being inked on my body for the rest of my life. I don't know what it is. But it doesn't mean nothing. I just like the way it feels, and I like the way it looks. Balance is everything. Life as a whole is about balance. So nothing else. If you think about it, when you're born, what's the first thing you learn? You learn how to control your head. You learn how to balance your neck muscles. Then you learn how to balance on the feet. Somewhere along the way, you forget balance. So I like to always keep my balance sharp. I feel when I'm balanced and controlled in my frame, and I have confidence in my frame, I can throw any shot or I can move in any sequence. Before me, nobody knew nothing about this sport. Nobody gave a shit about this sport. We were looked down upon. It wasn't true. We weren't even considered. Not only in like mainstream or whatever you want to call that, but even in fight circles, in real fight circles. We had a reputation, but in pure fighting, we had no reputation whatsoever. So I'm proud to be putting my nation at the forefront of the fight game where we belong.
We're less than 2 weeks away from UFC 189. Jose Aldo is your opponent for that. And I was fascinated by your move in the news conference. I know you guys are always trying to get into the head of your opponent. Back in March, for the news conference to promote the fight, you actually snatched his belt. You hope to do that on July 11th, but you took
Well, I
his belt.
snatched my belt.
Oh,
It
that's
was simply
your belt.
taking what was mine. He was on my home turf and he tried to lay claim that he was the king of my city, but you do not lay claim to being the king of my city while the king of the city is around. So the king of the city rose up and snatched what was his, which was the gold belt, and raised it before my crowd, my passionate crowd. It was.
You took it back.
Exactly, I took it back and raised it for my people. It was a beautiful moment. In that it was a teaser almost for what July 11 will be, where I raise it for real in beautiful Las Vegas City in front of my home crowd.
Why are you so confident that you will do that?
I don't know. I'm in a business where you must be confident. If you have any doubts, they will come back and play against you. So I am supremely confident, and as well, I feel I'm confident in my work ethic, my approach to the game, my non-stop effort to get better as a martial artist. I don't feel that nobody else in the game is doing what I'm doing or is moving the way I am moving.
Where's that come from, Conor?
It just comes from years and years of practice on the mat, you know. I have had many fights inside the octagon, outside the octagon, in rings, on mats. I am an experienced veteran in the fight game, and through that and through a belief in my team and my ability, I have just gained a bulletproof confidence that cannot be stopped.
Are you big on predictions? Do you usually make predictions before fights? And if so, how will it end on the 11th?
I always make accurate predictions. I've predicted many contests. I've predicted my entire career. And, you know, I predict the future. So for me, I have already predicted this contest. I predict 4 minutes of the first round, he will be KO'd.
First round? Wow.
Yes, I feel that the power matched with the precision, he will not be able to take it. So 4 minutes. First round, he will be done. I'm not as familiar with the American sports, but of course I'm familiar with Michael Jordan. He was a legend of the game. His talk on the court, not so much why did he taunt his opponent, or
he did a lot.
Yeah. Again, this is all just confidence. You know, when you were, it's hard to be humble when you are the best. You know, it is simple as that. If you have supreme confidence in your ability, if you are outworking, if you are surrounded by your competition and you are looking around and you are better than these people, and you are outworking these people, and you are outmoving these people, it's hard not to let your confidence take over. It just builds and builds and builds, and I'm sure that was the same with Michael Jordan. And any top level athlete, there's always the same. There's always that hint of arrogance there, that hint of cockiness. You must be insane to your game, you know, and I'm sure that is what he was, and that is what I am as well. I don't know about nothing else. I don't know about other sports. I simply know about fighting. I have tunnel vision to this game. I know about movement, so I definitely have watched some basketball and admire their movement and their explosiveness. Of course, I am familiar with Muhammad Ali. You don't just have him here. He is global. He is the man. Muhammad Ali was a guy that done what had not been done before. Changed the face, not only the face of his game, but the face of the world. You know, he was outspoken. He fought for what he believed in, and that he was charismatic. He was a legend, a hero, and I looked up to him. One of my first heroes was Muhammad Ali. When I was 11 years old, there was a group of people and they tried to attack me, and a fight broke out. And it was just me and one guy before everyone else jumped in on me. But we were fighting each other, and I slipped a punch, and I shuffled my shoulders and said Muhammad Ali, and threw a shot, and he rolled under the shot but fell into a knee, and I ended up on top of him. So I'm at the calling myself Muhammad Ali, and I'm punching him in the head, and then somebody came in and tried to kick me, and then a whole group of them came in, and it was just a big fight, but it was me against 6 of them, and I ended up getting my ass whooped. But
for that first guy, you whipped him out and said Muhammad Ali.
I done the Ali shuffle. I'm only 11 years old. I done the Ali shuffle, threw a left hook. He rolled under the left hook, which it was good of him to roll. He saw it coming and rolled under it, but he rolled right into a knee. Yeah, I was prepared. I was studying tape. So no, so definitely Muhammad Ali was a hero of mine. The way he carried himself, and some people have come. I know what I am capable of. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of hate. Is the word? Is the term that's I've heard a lot. But I don't really care, you know. The whole division can hate me. The whole roster can hate me. The whole of America can hate me. I only need one American to love me.
Where's the team? Bye! 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 All day! Bye! 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 Bye!
Good. 2. Beautiful. Lock it out, rotate out. Only one.
That made the cut, you know, only a select few people made the cut, and I'm honoured that they chose me, so it's a dream come true.
We're here today for EA Sports UFC, which has just launched on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and I'd like to know if you had a chance to have a go yourself, and are you happy with the representation of you in the game?
Yeah, I've played the game. It is an unbelievable game. It's actually a little bit scary looking at it, how accurate it is and how much detail has been put into it. But yeah, it's a phenomenal game.
They got the beard. They got the physics of the beard right as well.
I think they done me a few favors on the beard. I think the beard in the game looks a little bit better than my beard. I'm a bit jealous of it, but it is it's unbelievable, the accuracy of it, and even the moves and everything is just correct as you'd expect from EA Sports.
So today I had my first ever MMA session. I've been a fan of the sport but never tried it before.
Right.
And what I'd like to know is, do you remember your first experience in MMA? And if so, could you tell us anything about it?
Yeah, well, see, it's different now the way it is now. You know, now here at SPG we have like a program to bring people who have had no experience whatsoever, to bring them through levels, through stages, to get them to a high level. Before, when I was starting out, it wasn't really like that. You know, we just kind of go from gym to gym. I learned how to box, learned how to kickbox, and then I came here to SPG, started learning how to grapple. But my first experience with MMA, I remember I came in and I was a little I used to box, used to kickbox, used to think I knew what I could do. I used to think I could fight. And then I get guys like even smaller than I was, you know what I mean, choking me out and whooping my ass. So my first experience definitely opened my eyes that there's more to fighting than just punching and kicking. You know, there's a lot more to it to be truly able to be truly considered a good fight. For me, what's considered, you know, to be considered a good fighter, if you're single in your discipline, if you can only box, if you can only kick, if you can only, to me, you're not there yet. You know, there's still a long way to go. And my first experience opened my eyes to that just because I can box or just because I can kick does not mean I can fight. You know, I'm still a long way ahead.
So we've almost 2 weeks to go now to the big event, and just want to try and get an idea of what's going on inside Conor McGregor's head in the final run into something that you've been preparing for so long.
There's nothing going on in my head. I'm just keeping calm. Right now, what's going on in my head is just my weight. I need to bring my weight down now. 2 weeks out, I'm starting to trim down as much as I can and get it down. But there's nothing really going on in my head. I'm just keeping calm, keeping composed. This is what I have prepared for. You know, I'm only back from Iceland. I had a whole 5 weeks to prepare for this circus that is fight week or fight month. You know what I mean? So I'm calm. There's nothing in my head except right now in my head. Probably food is in my head right now, yeah, because I have like a chicken salad, like chicken, spinach, and I have like hot sauce on it, some eggs, some avocado. It's actually delicious. Yeah, it's out in the cars. I'm going to get that after this. Yeah.
Okay. Just a quick throwaway question here. Who would you play? Who would you like to play Conor McGregor in the Conor McGregor movie?
Oh, wow, there's a question. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. That's a good question. Who would I like to play? I don't know. I'd have to put some thought into that, but that'd be sweet. A film. I mean, to be in a game is, that's next level stuff. You know, to see a video game character is the craziest thing that I've ever. It's one of the craziest things that's happened to me on this journey so far. You know what I mean? So. Well, I don't know, a movie character, who knows?
Okay, so it's the notorious Conor McGregor. Is there a story behind the notorious, or did you just go for
yeah,
the same?
I don't know. They just my coach John just called. I was getting into trouble, you know. I was running out the door when it was time to pay the fees, so to speak, you know. So it just came notorious, and then one time backstage when I was fighting, I came out to the song, The Notorious or something, and it just stuck. I don't know, it just stuck because I talk a lot. I get into a little bit of trouble. That's where it came from.
And you mentioned your walkout music there. In Boston, the blackout walkout that you did got a huge reaction on YouTube and on our side. And I just want to know if you have any surprises planned for the O2?
Well, we'll see. You'll have to tune in July 19th and see. I believe it's going to be live on 3E, BT Sport in the UK, Setanta Ireland. Who else has been showing it? UFC Fight Pass, Fox in America, they're all showing it. So tune in and you will see. But I'm definitely looking to do something, all right.
You talked with our colleagues last year in a quick interview, and you said that before your MMA journey really took off, you had a quick stint as a plumber.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd love to know is, does Conor McGregor ever get a call off his mates asking him to help him out when there's a problem with the drainage, or is that firmly something in the past?
Nah, see, I was working on an industrial site, so I wouldn't really know too much about domestic, but I was just the guy making the tea. You know, that was the stage I was at in my plumbing career. Well, I got out of there and now I'm doing this. But